Hi, welcome to my channel Robotics for Juniors. This video is a project in robotics to include a button in our circuit. We'll put a button in the circuit and want to get some way to know that the button has been pressed. We'll be taking input from the hardware and software will respond to this input. This is just the reverse of what we did in an earlier project where the input is given from software and the hardware responds to it by switching an LED on. Let's get started. This is our button. We'll be making our circuits on breadboard because it helps to make temporary connections of hardware components. First, let's see what are the internal connections of a button. This is an internal diagram of a button. So, the pins A and B are connected to each other internally, and so are pins C and D. The pins A and C have a gap between them. These are connected only when the button is pressed. So we put the button in the breadboard with the gap in between like this, or on any side of the gap like this, because these pins are anyways connected to each other. But if we connect it on one side of the gap, then there is no room for other hardware components. So we connect it across the gap. This is our circuit diagram. One pin of the button is connected to the board pin number 6, that is the ground, and the other button pin to board pin 3, which is GPIO 2. Right now, the circuit is open because there is a gap as the button is not pressed. So when we push the button, the circuit completes. Looking at the GPIO pin diagram, we have used these two pins. Pin 6 is ground and pin 3 is GPIO 2. Let's connect the circuit. Putting the button on the breadboard. So we will use these two pins of the button. These are not connected to each other internally but connect only when we press the button. Now we put any of these two pins to the ground, that is board pin number 6, using black jumper wire for ground. The other end goes to GPIO pins. So counting 1 from here, that is near the notch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the other pin to the board pin number 3, which is GPIO 2. So the connections are done. We switch on the Raspberry once the connections are done. When we power up the Raspberry Pi, the red light is on, showing the booting up of Raspberry Pi, and the green light is blinking, showing that it has identified the SD card. So we go to the Raspberry icon, select Accessories and Text Editor. Now we will write the program in Python. From GPIO 0 import button. So this GPIO 0 is a GPIO library which makes our code a lot simpler. If we don't use this library, then our code would be a bit more complex. So we have imported this library. We don't import the whole library because we need only the button module. So we imported only that module. Next, we write button equals button 2. In this line of code, button on the left is the variable, that is just a new word created. We created a new variable here and we will use this variable from the next line. But what is the value of this variable? That is given by the right side. This button on the right side with capital B is the standard module of the GPIO 0 library, which we imported. The number 2 in the parenthesis is the GPIO pin number, GPIO 2, where we connected the pin of the button. So we are telling the program that we connected the button at pin GPIO 2. But again a reminder, the board pin number is 3 and Broadcom number is 2, that is GPIO 2. Now that the button is configured, we need to do some action when the button will be pressed. So we will print some statement. Button dot wait for press. This statement says that the program will wait for the button to be pressed and will execute the next statement. And the next statement is print button is pressed. So this completes our program. We save the program with the extension .py to specify to the system that this is a Python file. Give it a name and save it at your location. Now we will execute it. So open the terminal from here. As we did in an earlier tutorial, we type ls to have the list of files or folders in the current location. To navigate to the desktop, we do cd, that is change directory. So with the help of commands ls and cd, we navigate to our folder where our program is written. Now type Python space and the name of your program. Press enter. This will execute your program. But nothing happened because it is waiting for the button to be pressed. So we press the button and it prints button is pressed. This way the software, that is the Python program, gets the signal from the hardware whenever the button will be pressed. So we can use this signal to again control the hardware. In the next video, we'll put a button and LED together in the circuit. When we press the button, the Python program will know about it and it will command the LED to glow. Let me know about your feedback by either commenting or liking the video. Subscribe to my channel, Robotics for Juniors, for upcoming projects.